right, chapter 10, Punishment of the Rebel Host. There are distinct traces of a belief among the Babylonians that a certain portion of the host of heaven revolted against the supreme god and were in consequence imprisoned in a gloomy region and abode of desolation in company with the vanquished monsters of Tiamat, primordial chaos, on whose side they had ranged themselves. Just as in the Greek myth, the Titans, who along with Cronus had revolted against Zeus, were confined in Tartaros. The Descent of Ishtar says, "In Hades dwell the princes and nobles, there dwell the monsters of the abyss, there dwelleth Etana," called Titan by Berosus. Similarly, the tablet of the seven evil spirits, at whose head stood Tiamat. In the first days, the evil gods, the angels who were in rebellion, who in the lower part of heaven had created, they caused their evil work, devising with wicked heads. And again, like lightning, they darted, descending into the abyss of waters. The fourth tablet of the creation epic also mentions the punishment of the rebel gods, angels, who assisted Tiamat. They bear their sin, they are kept in bondage, and the 11 monsters are filled with fear. As for the rest of the spirits who marched in her rear, he laid cords on their hands, he fettered and laid the yoke on his foes. Over the gods in bondage, he strengthened his watch. Besides the foregoing should be placed a difficult passage in Isaiah, which seems to bear a similar meaning. The Lord shall punish the host of the height on high, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison. And after many days shall they be punished. The obvious import is that judgment will be visited by the Almighty on the army of his angels for some grievous offense, on account of which they are thrust down into the pit as their prison. The book of Enoch carries on the tradition as follows. There I saw a place beyond the great earth. There the waters collected, and I saw a great abyss in the earth, and over that abyss a void place. The angel said, "This is the place of the consummation of heaven and earth. It is a prison for the stars of heaven and for the host of heaven. These are of the stars who have transgressed the command of God the highest, and are bound here till 10,000 worlds. The number of the days of their sins shall have been consummated. This is the prison of the angels, and here they are held to eternity." We have in these passages evidently the germ of the statement in the second epistle of St. Peter. God spared not angels who sinned, but cast them down to Tartarus and delivered them over the caverns, so the caverns of darkness, reserved unto judgment, the caverns to which they were consigned being perhaps those of the watery abyss of Tartarus, Tihom. The employment of the essentially mythological word, it's a Greek word here, is remarkable, it being used elsewhere for the punishment inflicted by Zeus on Cronus and the rebel Titans. It is interesting to note, moreover, that Cronus was identified by the Greeks with Ea, the water god, and the Titans with the Rephaim, who occupied the subaqueous hell. Subaqueous hell, while the word Titan itself has been deduced from the Assyrian Etana, the ruler of Hades. The apostate angels of St. Peter appear to be the same as those referred to in Jude 6, who kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation and are reserved in everlasting chains under darkness, just as the Titans were punished by Zeus. By a further and natural extension of the idea, the deep, which confined the evil spirits, was believed to be the place appointed for the punishment of wicked men also. An Akkadian folk saw cautions the evildoer with the words, "If evil thou doest, to the everlasting sea thou shalt surely go."